Welcome back to Pokemon Reborn. So, first things first, before we actually continue on with the story and moving forward in the game, I missed an event last episode and we're gonna go back and correct it really quickly. So if I can find my repels first, always do this. But the event we missed was an Aron Event, and I can't believe I missed it, but I did. You're gonna need a Pokemon with Headbutt for this, and I have Flash, so I can use that. It was actually down here, and you can literally see it right here. Like right on this pole right there. So if we go all the way down to the bottom floor, and if you talk to this pole, you'll see a little cutscene. And you can headbutt this pole and Aron should fall down. I don't really care about this. I'm pretty sure I can get an Aron later. So I'm just not going to bother catching it right now. But that is one event taken care of. I actually missed a couple others, but I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more. No. I'm confusing myself. But anyways, it's fine. We're going to go ahead and continue on with the story. Did I grab this? Guess I did. So here in Tanzan Mountain, I believe, there's a little cutscene right there, and over here, you'll actually have either a Solrock or a Lunatone, depending on what you found under the Grand Staircase. Again, it's the only one in the game, so I highly recommend you catch it. So now here is kind of the reason that I wanted to wait this long. So the other event I missed, well, there was actually two, but the main one I missed was Spiritomb. And Spiritomb is a difficult Pokemon to get actually in this game. The reason I say this is you actually have to find a Odd Keystone and bring it to a certain location in the wasteland in order to unlock Spiritomb. I didn't even have the Keystone. I kind of want to show this right now and just kind of have it done and over with. So the only way to get the Keystone is mining, but getting the Keystone from mining is just super rare, right? Your best bet is to save at a rock like here, mine for items, and every time you see an item... Alright, so that's a heat rock, that's a damp rock, and from looking at this, I don't think there would be any more space for an Odd Keystone to be in here. So at this point, I would just soft reset and remine this rock again, and you just keep doing that until you got an Odd Keystone. That doesn't sound too bad, right? But the thing is, Odd Keystones have a rate of, I believe it's like, I think it's like 0.26% of being found, which is pretty bad. And it was pretty miserable constantly soft resetting and never seeing that thing. So there's a little trick. There is a mod, I believe it's called the Mining Overhaul mod. And, well, it does add some other things to the mining stones, such as other evolution stones. I believe you can suddenly find dust stones or dawn stones if you mine, if you have that mod. So there's that, but it also increases the chance of finding an Odd Keystone up to like 1.27% or 26%, I'm not sure, which is 5 times what it was previously. It helps out so much, and it will save you so much pain if you're really insistent on mining and finding the Odd Keystone yourself. So I would definitely recommend that you do that. Anyways, I'm going to cut to the wasteland, and I'll talk to you there where I start working on the Spiritomb event. Hey everyone, so we are back in the wasteland, my most favorite place in this whole entire game to be. And if you remember the Squirtle event, like I said earlier, you want to kind of start to act like you're going towards the Squirtle, but once you enter this room, and ignore my team, this is from a different save file, you'll find this room. You want to change these 2 tubes to red, I believe, and at the end, this bookcase should move out of the way. So down here there should be a sunstone right here. And in here is actually where you get Spiritomb. You'll see the structure right here, and it will say piece seems to be missing. You can add the Odd Keystone to it. And a Spiritomb should attack you. It's level 40. Could be pretty good to have. I'm just going to run from it. I don't really want to catch Spiritomb right now. I don't want to deal with this. And in this room, you'll find the TM for payback. And there's nothing down there. I've checked before. I would save before you actually enter this room now. And I think my team's okay for that. Once you enter this room, there is also going to be an event here. Another Pokemon Horde, basically. It's not that difficult, at least not the Trubbish. It can be a little freaky what you're going to see that comes out after the Trubbish, though. So again, ignore my team. This is my team from like another save file that I'm playing alongside this one. Again, there is a level 65 Garbodor right here. Pretty strong. Pretty scary. And it's got the black sludge, so it's healing itself slowly. I'm going to send out my Nidoqueen here. I'm going to Earth Power this. I'm going to keep Fire Pledging it. And hopefully it should go down soon. And there goes my Infernape. And there goes the Garbodor. So once you take that out, you can find a pulse readout over here. And you should find Venoshock over here. You can't actually get to this Pokeball even if you mine this rock. You need something that you can only get later down along the line in this game to get the Pokeball that's behind that rock. So anyways, cutting back to the other area. So that's taken care of. It's time to move on. You want to talk to Lara here to continue the story a little bit more. And I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any event triggers down here. No, there shouldn't be. Okay. Yeah, we should move on. So out here is Tanzan Cove. I really hope I'm saying that right. In the grass, you can actually find Oricorio. And if you recall, there are the nectars for changing Oricorio's forms in a shop in the Lapis Ward. So that's just something notable I thought to mention. And here there's going to be a couple of cutscenes. Or actually just one big cutscene. And we're told to go to the Pokemon in Spinnel Town to get medicine. I'm just gonna rearrange my party really quick here. I want my fodder Ariados back. Also up here there should be a bed. You can use this to heal up if you want. And I think that's everything here. It's time to head off back to Spinnel Town. So I'm actually going to meet you at the train. I'm here at the train. We're now going to be entering Chrysolia Forest, I believe that's how you say it. Anyways, I already entered it, and I just wanted to take out the trainers. I didn't realize that I was actually going to force the map to stick this way. But the first thing you want to do is actually go east, go north, and then you would loop back around up here. Over here it would look like you're stuck at a dead end until you moved kind of towards the exit, and a tree that's blocking your path right here would move. So anyways, now that we've gotten that taken care of, I'm going to super repel up. There's actually a lot of events that you can take part in here, but I don't really want to show them yet. I could try. Nope, that's not triggering. There's a lot of events at this point in time that I'm not really sure about, because for the most part I'm not sure when they become active. It's kind of confusing at this point. But anyways, to leave the forest or solve its puzzle to get to Spinnel Town, you just kind of go in loops. Every opening that you find you take, and eventually you'll find yourself here. And at this point, you want to try to go into the Pokemon. It should disappear. And you'll have a cutscene here. You'll find that it's on the roof of the Pokemon gym here. They'll invite you in. No, I don't want to use another repel. You'll talk to her, you'll talk to him. You'll talk to her again. And this creep should come in. And that should be everything for now. So I could rush through there. I don't know if I will though. I think for starters I'm gonna change it to night. So I think I'm gonna deal with the Spinnel Town side quest first, actually, before we go back into the forest. I'm not really sure what triggers all the forest events, and that's kind of what troubles me. It's all in the same general time zone. It's just I want to kind of get everything all at once and make it a little bit organized. So in here, you'll see all of this girl's items disappear. You'll talk to her, she'll tell you that if you find her items, she can have her Kadabra Psychic it back to her. So the first item is her bed, it's in here. You just have to get close to the tree to make it move. You'll actually find the good rod in here as well. So that's the bed. Second should be, if I can get around here, the TV that's over here. Third should be a table that's actually in here. And the fourth should be a chair that's over here. You have to get close to that building to make it move. There's also a chair that's over here. And now we want to go back inside of the gym. And there should be a bookcase that's in here. There's also some free items on this floor. You'll find a bug memory for Savali when you eventually get it, a weakness policy, and across the room here you'll find False Swipe. You'll also find the field effect readout for the Mirror Arena. I'm going to have to explain that later on. And finally you can find a silk scarf over here. So finally that should be everything, almost everything. Oh yeah, there's a bookcase over here. I don't know how I missed that. Oops. I'm going to save right here just in case I don't encounter what I want to encounter. So we're going to go into the museum now. And I believe if it's nighttime, you can encounter these two grunts here at this museum. So that should trigger an event later on. Up here you'll actually find the Fossil Maniac. And if you have any fossils, he'll turn them into living, breathing Pokemon. I believe it takes like a day. But I also think you can just speed it up. So in here you'll actually find the EVMZ. And you'll find the last item that's missing. I'll actually have a image that shows all the locations in the description below. But anyway, since that's all the items, we want to move back over here. If you talk to her, she should give you the XP share, which I'm going to slap onto my Clink instantly. This is just such a good moment because you finally don't have to rely on constantly switching your Pokemon in and out to give them experience. Switch training is just so annoying. So I'm trying to think, are there any... Actually, yeah, there's another event I want to do. I'm going to try to switch it to Clear Weather. This lady should appear during clear weather. Okay, the event isn't active now. Some of these events are really confusing. I don't know when they're active and when they aren't. Like, I've had some save files where the event is active literally right now, even though you cannot even complete it. And then I've had some save files where you can't even trigger it at all. So anyways, we're gonna go back into the gym. And there's actually a few gym trainers here for us to deal with, but we're not going to deal with that now. So the puzzle for this gym is pretty simple. You want to Rock Smash the part of the wall that lines up with some sort of inconsistency in the room. The rooms are supposed to be mirrors of each other, just different colors. So here's the inconsistency right here, it's with the chair. And if I recall, the inconsistency is right here in this room. You don't want to go through this one. Once you go through that entrance right there, you're going to be trapped into a boss battle. And I still have gym trainers to actually defeat, so I'm going to talk to you after I clear out the gym trainers, after I heal up, and we're about to take on the boss battle. Back, I've taken care of all the trainers up to this point. I healed up, and I just saved right outside this room. You definitely want to save right here. As soon as you go in, you will have no opportunity to save, no way to back out. So I'm not going to talk about the person who we're fighting, I'm not going to talk about their team yet. However, I'm going to talk about the mirror arena first. I'm not going to spoil everything for the mirror arena, I'm just going to say what's kind of necessary to know about the next fight. So basically, in general, if Pokemon are holding Bright Powder, their evasion is boosted when they're sent out onto the mirror arena. The critical hit rate is actually boosted for every buff to an attacker's evasion or accuracy, or every time they lower a target's evasion or accuracy. And if those two just worry you, then listen to this. Every physical contact move that misses costs you about 1/4 of your HP. And finally, special moves that are single target have a chance to reflect off the field if they miss and hit the target anyways. So between those two alone, you can kind of guess why I still haven't taught my Infernape Flare Blitz. Besides that, and the freaking horrendous recoil. And another little thing about this is certain moves will actually double in power. I believe those moves are, if they reflect off the field anyways, I believe it's Tri-Beam, Ice Beam, Hyper Beam, Side Beam, Charge Beam, and Solar Beam. Most of those aren't really notable here. Ice Beam will be really notable for later, and Side Beam might be notable for now, I'm not really sure. But that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else I really need to mention for this field besides the fact that Synthetic Seed boosts evasion by 2 stages, which again is really annoying. So that's everything. So now we don't really have a choice. We're gonna have to move in and deal with whoever is blocking the way, and of course it's going to be Bennett. He's a bit of a weird one. Majority of his team are kind of moth butterfly Pokemon, and they all have freaking Quiver Dance. I don't like that at all. Also, his Larvesta should have Zen Headbutt. It's not holding an item. So I'm just going to slowly stack up my Fire Pledge here. So now he's going to send out his Venomoth. The Venomoth isn't holding anything either. It should be faster than me. Moves like Signal Beam actually have a slight boost in power as well. So down his Venomoth goes. And now here comes his Masquerain. Masquerain has Intimidate, so again, this was one more reason for me to not switch to Flare Blitz before this battle. As Masquerain is holding the leftovers, as Quiver Dance, Roost, Hydro Pump, and Signal Beam, it can be a bit of a pain. I've got 3 stacks on my metronome, now 4, so it's going down. And now here comes the issue. Out comes his Dustox, it's holding the Bright Powder. Doesn't really matter too much, its movesets don't really matter that much, it's just Quiver Dance, Moonlight, Signal Beam, Giga Drain. But the Bright Powder means I could potentially miss this Fire Pledge. I got kinda lucky there. The crit did not matter. And now, here comes even more luck. His Butterfree is holding a Synthetic Seed, so it has +2 evasion. So there's a really good chance that I can miss these moves. Also critted me right there. That crit did matter actually, I believe. But it's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Toxic first. I'm a poison type, I can never miss Toxic ever, so I just need to get this off first. And again, he's going to get a crit here. He's going to crit a lot because every evasion boost or accuracy boost, and he has 2 evasion boosts, will up his critical hit ratio, which is really unfortunate. I'm going to try to Leech Seed, but I might miss. Again, as you saw, he got 2 critical hits right there. So this is pretty annoying. Hopefully I can hit my Fake Out here. Because even that could miss, potentially. I'm going to set up a light screen, even though he's likely to crit through it. Or he also has Signal Beam. Well, that's unfortunate. It should be fine for the final Pokemon, but you can kind of see, just by what I've told you already, you can really sense that this field is very RNG heavy and very, very annoying. So he's actually going to set up Quiver Dance right there, which is going to be absolutely annoying. If he crits me, he'll take out my Ariados, I think. So I'm just going to keep hoping that he does not crit me. And again, this is why you wanted to save in front of him, or in front of the entrance to this room. Because there was a very, very heavy chance that you could have gotten critted here. Actually got a crit there, and I think that might have mattered heavily. So I'm just going to Shadow Sneak this thing and finish it off. And no, I don't want my Clink to evolve yet. So that was pretty much that. And the spot you're supposed to Rock Smash in this room is right here. If you're curious, since I'm going to have to heal up anyways, if you Rock Smash the wrong spot, you're going to see a crack in the wall and your entire team is going to take damage for it. So anyways, that's everything I want to do at the gym for now. If just from watching my battle with Bennett, you could probably get the idea that the Mirror Arena is very, very annoying to fight on. Which it honestly is. It's a very RNG heavy field, and I don't like that. Bennett only kind of abuses it, but Serra, who actually fights on it, I'm going to explain things much more in depth later, kind of needs it because the Ice type, which is her Gem's type, is, well, kind of bad. So anyways, I'm going to talk to this girl again. Nope, I still can't trigger the event. That's really annoying. But it doesn't matter. We're going to explore the forest. Finally, at last. I can't put it off any longer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my repels. Where are they? Okay, right here. So I'm just going to go around in a circle here, and you'll actually find a house right here. It wasn't here before, but it is now. Inside you'll find a hiker, and he should trade you a Trapinch for a Mothim. It's the only way to get Trapinch in this game. The good news is we don't have to do that now, because we're going to be able to find fully evolved wild Mothims later on, which will save us a great deal of trouble. So now if we loop around over here, you'll actually find a small opening. And there's actually a trainer here, so I'll talk to you as soon as I take care of her. Pretty easy battle. So over here you should find an ability stone, and there should be an elemental seed, as well as another ill-fated doll. And here's also the location of the mossy rock. So that's going to be pretty useful later on. Over here is a fountain that you can find a Remoraid in. There's only one. It doesn't really matter to me, I'm just going to knock it out. Reason being is I can find Octillery later, and from my Pokedex I can just breed Octillery. I don't really want to Remoraid. So down here, if you move here, the tree should disappear, and there's a lot of items scattered around here, I think. There's a synthetic seed right here, there's a hard scale right here, and oh, I didn't want to go on the train yet. Should be rare candy right there. So now if we go on the train, there should be a Marcactus egg here as well. No, I don't want anybody to go to the PC for this. Over here is also a, I have to read it from this side, Captain's Log, if you kind of want some more lore or story, I should say. So now that we've taken care of that, if you move over here, you'll actually get rid of this tree. And I don't need repel right now, yet. You'll find an area called the Lost Railcave. So this is an interesting area. There's a little puzzle here, and it's pretty simple. You can see the railways on the ground, and you want to go into the cave where there isn't a railway pointing to it. Which is pretty simple. And I believe this is the final one. So over here, you'll actually find an Eevee. And you'll also find another Captain's Log, so that's lore for you. There's actually something else we can do, and it's a certain combination that you can go when you're inside of here. Alright, so there's another set of treasures that we can actually get in here, and it's a little bit different. There's a certain combination of orders that we have to go in. So for starters, we want to go west, and if you go this way, you'll notice if you're going the right way, there should be a cross of railways on the ground. So west, west, north, and west, north, east, I believe north again, and west, and south, and then west again. Alright, I actually did that right. I was having doubts. There's another ability capsule right there. There's Confide, and there should be the field readout for Psychic Terrain. That isn't something we're going to see anytime soon, so I'm not going to really spend time explaining it. But now that that is taken care of, let's see, what else do we have to do here? I think I need to move in circles a little bit more. Am I going backwards? I'm getting kind of disorientated at this point. It's really annoying because I sometimes forget my starting point. So I believe I want to go over this way and continue moving in circles. And we should reach the spot over here, and you can get rid of that tree and find your way to the Chrysolia Hot Springs. We can't do much here because we don't actually have surf, but you can find a link stone and some mystic water. I think that might be everything. So I've shown off everything in the forest that I possibly can show off, just for the moment anyways, and I think it's time that I headed to the Grand Hall. I'm not really ready to take on Serra. There is no I in her name. But anyways, I want to train my Clink up, and to do that I'm actually going to need to head to the Grand Hall, so I'll talk to you there. Grand Hall, there's actually some trainers that you can train on, and they're usually around your level. Now there isn't really an exact list of this anymore, but according to the Pokémon Reborn Wiki, under the Grand Hall it should list the trainers and what day that they will appear here. So usually during this time I would want to train on a trainer called Psychic Silva, and he only appears here on Wednesdays. So I want to change my date to a Wednesday. I have to leave here and come back, and he should be here. Also, I believe I didn't mention this. Where is he? Okay, never mind. Forget about that. But anyways, here he is, and this is what I would train on. Not him specifically, but you can look through the Pokemon Reborn Wiki's list of all the trainers that appear. You can find someone that has Pokemon that you can take out effectively and kind of farm experience from. A lot of these trainers, some of them can be pretty difficult. They should be around your level. Some of them can actually be slightly over your level cap. I believe there's a trainer that appears here on Saturdays, and he'll have like a level 52 Nidoking or something. It's pretty insane. So I'm going to discuss my training goals for my Clink. So I want to keep, I believe, where is it? I want to keep Mirror Shot on my Clink. I want to keep my Clink as a Clink until level 48. At level 48, it'll get Shift Gear, and I want to evolve it. And then at level 49, I want to evolve it again, and we should be done after that. So I'm going to talk to you as soon as I finish up with that. Grinding is over. It really didn't take that long. Something I also forgot to mention before we leave the Grand Hall is this guy will give you the Rainbow Field readout if you talk to him. For some reason I forgot that, and I've been forgetting it ever since. So anyways, I now have a level 49 Klinklang. Has Shift Gear, Gear Grind, Mirror Shot, and Discharge. Not really that important. I also have my Infernape leveled up once. So anyways, now that that's all taken care of, I'll actually meet you back at the gym. Alright, so we're back at the gym, and it's probably time that I finally explain the rest of the unfortunate issues with the Mirror Arena. So certain moves like Aura Beam and Signal Beam also gain perfect accuracy and a little bit of power. I probably could have mentioned that earlier with Signal Beam because Bennett kinda does use it a little bit. Dazzling Gleam, Luster Purge, Flash Cannon, they all kinda gain that as well. So if you have something with Flash Cannon, I don't know what could possibly have it right now. You could try to use that. Light Screen and Reflect also last 8 turns, so you don't need a Light Clay. Which is funny because one of her Pokemon will try to set up Overhaul, and Overhaul also lasts 8 turns. So you don't need a Light Clay for that either, but she will have a Light Clay on that Pokemon anyways. Also, Aurora Veil and Light Screen and Reflect will all raise the user's evasion when they're used. And I can't really think of anything else. I think Flash has its stat changes doubled, so you would lower the opponent's accuracy twice. I guess if you really wanted to. Actually, I need to check something. I'm gonna check if my Clink can learn Flash. I haven't thought about this. Oh, it can't. I had a weird strategy come up in my mind. But anyways, Nature Power also turns into Mirror Shot, and if I recall, Mirror Shot on this field has its base power doubled. It will never miss, and it will always reduce accuracy. So it's really good, and this is why I would tell you to kind of have this on your team. Only Pokemon I have on my team that can learn Nature Power is my Roserade, and you should have the TM. It's what you got for beating Florina, which is the second gym leader. So apart from that, if this field is giving you a lot of trouble, there is one other thing you could do, and that's to kind of terminate the field. So Earthquake, Bulldoze, and Magnitude will actually shatter the mirrors and terminate the field and damage all the Pokemon on the field. So again, I could have, say, gotten that Graveler out of the PC. I could have given it like the Quick Claw, and I could just sit here soft resetting until on turn 1 I break the field. But I really don't want to deal with that. Not right now. I'm going to save in front of her, and I'm going to check my team. Same as always, I gave my Meowstic the Twister Spoon. It does not need the Light Clay since screens last 8 turns, and I would rather make use of it. I gave my Klinkling a Metronome, so both of these guys have a Metronome, and I think that's it. Also, one last thing. Certain abilities will raise evasion when they're sent out. One of those is Snow Cloak. That's pretty much the only relevant one on this field. Sandveil also does it as well, which is weird. So it's time to finally just put up or shut up. She does give you a chance to back out when you talk to her, which most gym leaders don't. This is probably the most rage-inducing battle in this game, because you can just get so unlucky here. So the Glaceon has Snow Cloak as an ability, which immediately gives it +1 in evasion. I'm going to try to close combat it. I don't want to Fire Pledge it because Glaceon has pretty good special defense. It might live. And her next Pokemon is going to be Jinx, so there's a lot of ways this could go down right here with the Jinx. And... not sure how I want to deal with this. Like, I have a lot of options here. I could send out my Kling Kling, but the Jinx has Focus Blast. And again, critical hits are really, really rampant on this field. I don't want to risk it. There's a good chance I could live one Focus Blast, but living two would be asking for a bit much. I'm gonna send out my Ariados and see what I can do here. I'm assuming she would go for Psyshock right here. And looks like I guessed right. So I can actually take this out if I hit this right here. So that was definitely the good move, the best move I could have made here. Unfortunately, Ariados gets some experience, but that's fine. And now out here is going to come her Ninetales. Ninetales is holding the Icy Rock, which is a little bit unnecessary. I don't know if I saw that it had Snow Warning this time either. Her Ninetales has Nasty Plot, Dazzling Gleam, and Aurora Beam, so it also has Aurora Veil if it wants to set that up, which it should. But this should knock it out, almost. Her Ninetales can't really do anything to my Kling, so I could knock it out, or I could try to set up Shift Gear. I think I'm gonna try to set up Shift Gear, because I don't think she can do that much to me. I resist both of her attacks, so I'm gonna get my speed up a little bit. Now I'm gonna Mirror Shot it again. This should knock it out for sure this time, and that'll give me 1 stack on my Metronome. Unfortunately, she's gonna send out her Sand Slash right here. So I can't really stay in. The Sand Slash has Brick Break, so if I had the screen set up, it could break those. It should also have Iron Head and Icicle Crash. Again, pretty annoying. I have options though. I think the best thing to do would be to send out my Infernape and Fire Pledge this. Also, the Sand Slash has Slush Rush as an ability, so it's pretty fast in the hail. And now here comes Frostlass. I'm gonna try to save my Infernape here. I think I'm gonna try to use my Kling Kling. The main problem, besides all of the luck, is just her freaking Jinx. It is pretty fast, honestly. And it has a good moveset that counters most teams, I think. So I should live this. Again, this Frostlass is holding the Bright Powder, so its evasion is up. I could have missed that, or I couldn't have missed that attack because I was using Mirror Shot, but with any other Pokemon, it could have been really, really annoying. And finally, here comes Aurorus. It's holding the Synthetic Seed, so it's +2 evasion. I can't miss this, though. So close. If the Aurora Veil wasn't up, I would have knocked that out easily. So again, this is why I wanted Mirror Shot on my Kling Kling, and why I just wanted to Steel type with Mirror Shot in general. And that's unfortunate. And that crit really mattered. Again, I think this is probably the most rage-inducing battle in this whole entire game, because there's so many opportunities for you to miss attacks, honestly. It's just so RNG heavy. And I think without the field, you would just absolutely wipe her out. So anyways, the Pokemon should disappear. I'm not quite done here yet. There is one event that I really, really want to take care of if I can just get it to work. Just gonna monologue for a bit. I'm gonna heal up and I'm gonna change the weather really quickly. We're pretty much done for this episode, but I really want to see if I can get this event to work. I'm gonna change it to day. Maybe it's a daytime only event as well. I'm gonna save because I don't want to redo that again. I'm gonna talk to this lady here. Okay, I can't trigger it yet. It's kind of annoying. Some of these events are weird because I've had save files where I haven't even beaten Serra, and I can trigger the event with this lady. But I guess I'm gonna have to come back to it later, and that's fine. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this helps out. Serra is probably one of the most annoying gym leaders out there. You know, every gym leader has some sort of weakness, and she does too. Mirror Shot, for sure, helps out. But aside from that, if you try taking her on normally, you're gonna have a bad time. It could go your way, or it likely won't go your way, although evasion boost, accuracy drops are just going to make it really annoying, not to mention all the critical hit chances. So anyways, I'm done for this part, and I'll talk to you guys later.